Hello and welcome back to another unboxing video. This time we're returning to the gates of Antares to take a look at some of the heavy support for the Concord in the form of the C3 support team with Howitzer. Now on the front of the box here you can see the actual Howitzer and also the team, and there's kind of like stylized photography on the front there. Flipping this over you can see the contents more clearly. So we get the Concord X Howitzer team, which includes the 3 men and also the drone and also this kind of ammunition pouch and also the actual X Howitzer itself. And on the bottom here we also have a little bit of background as to what the X Howitzer is. So let's open this box up and take a look at the contents inside. So first of all we have 5 plastic bases. Now these are the standard bases you get in most of the Gates of Antares sets. We also get a short note as well from War Games just explaining how to model with resin kits. And then we actually get the ballista itself. Now as you can see in here we've got a mixture of metal and also resin pieces. The main structure of the actual X Howitzer being constructed from resin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and get a closer look at the components that we've got on show here. So here we have all of the components for the X Howitzer. Now the main actual gun itself is resin. This is one solid piece as you can see here. Nicely cast, very sturdy resin. Not really much in the way of mold lines or tabs to remove. We've got a few at the bottom there that just need to be filed off quite easily. Now the legs and the targeting arrays you can see here are metal components, and these are just quite easy, obviously just fit in to the gaps that we can it's quite obvious as to where these fit in. Similarly, these are really nicely cast as well. Very little in the way of mold lines. There's a slight tab at the bottom that just needs to be removed, but really probably not much prep is going to be required to actually assemble these miniatures. Now targeting arrays are quite nice as well, almost like a petal effect. These just fit into the slots just on the side of the cannon there, and you can see exactly where these pieces need to go just by looking at the box art. So that's the actual cannon components themselves. Let's move on to looking at the crew. So here we have the crew. Now you can see that the actual crew bodies themselves, we've got 3 of them here, are mainly fully assembled. The only variant here is we've got a couple of spare extra heads that you can just plop on to the guys there. Alternatively, if you actually have a few spare heads from your Concord plastic sprues, you could just pop them on instead and use these to represent sergeants, for example, some nice little targeting arrays at the top there. So we've got the 3 guys. The first guy is obviously ordering to the other 2 guys to load and fire. He's equipped with these binoculars, and the 2 guys are holding these portable suspensors, which are no doubt used to load the ammunition from this little crate here. Now the next component that we have here is for the drone. This consists of 2 components, you can see there just on this little sprue, and we also get the clear plastic flying base as well. Detail wise, these are very nice, very much the same kind of way as all the Concord metal miniatures and also the plastic sprues as well. You can see all the detailing has been picked out, and considering these are actually single cast sprues miniatures as well, there's a lot of depth in there as well. So now we've looked at the crew and also the X Howitzer, let's assemble these up and take a look at the finished piece. So here we have the assembled X Howitzer. Now as I've already pointed out, it's a combination of resin and metal pieces. They're actually quite easy to put together. It's just a case of taking the main resin body, removing the very slight mold lines that were at the base of the actual miniature and also the tabs as well, gluing in the 4 legs and gluing in the 4 metal targeting arrays as well. Very, very straightforward to do so. Very little in the way of mold lines in the metal areas as well, which is quite nice because it can be a little bit more tricky to remove them from metal. Just using a quick file will remove anything like that. So next up we have the crew. Now as I've already mentioned, the crew are pretty much standard single piece miniatures. The 2 guys who are using the dispensers to load the ammo just required a head being glued on and a few minor mold lines to be removed, but overall that was pretty much it. If you wanted to kind of add them to bases, you could clip the base off them for them as well. The drone was a little bit more complicated to assemble. There was a slight stud in the back where you had to glue it in. However, it wasn't immediately clear. I had to make a slightly larger hole in order to fit the tail in there to create a really nice bond. But overall, really nice miniatures, really cast nicely in metal. So now that we've looked at everything in this box set, let's zoom out and get an overall summary for this kit. So there we have the C3 support team with X Howitzer. Not only is it a really nice miniature, as I've already described, it's also a great way of bringing some heavy ordnance into your games of Antares. Not only can it be used in an offensive way with your standard artillery shells, you can also use it in defensive ways by loading up with sling, scoot, arc shells, and really kind of give yourself more of a defensive edge, so to speak. Really kind of change the way the battlefield is going to be laid out, and also force your opponent to change their tactics. So if you did enjoy this unboxing, do let me know in the comments below, and also subscribe to be kept up to date with all our latest unboxing and also Antares content as well. So until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.